Hey, it's Johnny Marks. Thank you so much for checking out the Marks in the Morning podcast. Remember, you can listen to myself, Carrie Mack, and JP weekdays from 6 to 10 live on K92.3.
Get out of bed. It's time to get your day started. This is Marks in the Morning on K92.3.
Can I get a countdown?
3, 2, 1. It is the end of March. Welcome to the 31st. It's Marks in the Morning on the mighty K92.3. It is also the first day of our 10-town tour, which we'll do about one of these a month, and we're excited to squeeze one in here in the month of March. We'll be coming to Charles City after the show today, like literally right after. It's one of those things where when you're setting it up, you go, oh yeah, we'll leave work after the show. We'll get there by 11. But that means we have to leave right at 10 when our show ends, because we're in downtown Waterloo and Charles City's about an hour north. So we're very excited to come see you. But if we're out of breath, it's because we parked and ran up into the rustic corner where we'll be broadcasting live. Plus, we're DJs, so we're not in good shape anyways.
It's too bad our broadcast wasn't Monday, and if it was a wind blowing north, we could just put that thing in neutral and just coast up to Charles City.
We'll actually be coming. It's kind of funny. We'll be coming in one of our sister station vehicles just so we can all fit in. But because our actual vehicle, we love it. It's a Ford Flex. But we have it so loaded with stuff for other types of events, parades, long broadcasts outside, like in the My Waterloo days where we have our tent and all that. Rather than empty all that and then have to shove it back in for intern skyscraper, we're actually going to take our sister vehicle because we're going to have 4 of us in the car or in the truck. So we'll be rolling into town in a big old pickup truck, which is kind of fun.
What Johnny is saying is we're too lazy to unload the vehicle, so we're just going to take another one.
Heck yeah.
Yes. But we can't wait for that. And if you're not in Charles City or if you're not going to be able to make it this afternoon, check us out on social media. K923 Waterloo. It's our handle for pretty much everything. And you'll be able to watch and follow along with what we're doing out at the Rustic Corner. So there's that. Lots of big stuff on the show today. Not trying to look past the show. We've got Gender Bender, your chance to win. Maybe free chicken sandwich is free. Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get closer. And so much more on the way. I know football fans have to be excited. You hear the big news? The NFL season will be longer in 2021/22 and going forward. We'll get into that. Find out how your favorite team could lose more games this year. Sorry, Lions fans. It's going to be a long year. We'll K92.3. Have you tried the new, I don't know if it's crispy, what they're calling it, but the new chicken sandwich at KFC? Have you tried it yet by any chance, Carrie?
No, I haven't, but I've seen a lot of commercials where KFC roasts some other places for having chicken sandwiches.
Have you tried it by any chance, James?
I have not. I didn't even know they had a new one, I guess.
They've been hyping it up lately, and like Carrie said, they've been taking shots, which is funny because a chicken restaurant like KFC being the last one to come up with a new crispy chicken sandwich is pretty embarrassing, but they're not a sponsor, are they? No, looking around? Nope.
They aren't anymore.
KFC is being officially pulled.
Kentucky Fried screwed if we keep it. But I haven't tried it, and I haven't read any reviews. I was Googling it yesterday. I wanted to see what people thought. Because they're obviously, everybody's talking about Popeye's sandwich. We've talked about McDonald's has a new one. I haven't heard anything. You know, KFC, you think of them as the chicken place. Mm-hmm. But Chick-fil-A has sort of surpassed that. I mean, I just feel like maybe sandwiches aren't their realm because they're more like bucketed chicken.
Yeah.
Fried chicken. When I think fried chicken, I still don't necessarily think a sandwich. But I'm curious because they've placed so much hype in it, but I don't really eat crispy or fried chicken sandwiches very often, so I haven't had a chance to get it. And I don't plan to, so I was hoping one of you could tell me if it was good or not.
I'll eat all of them and compare and write down some notes and let you know. I'll eat on your behalf.
I want mouthfeel. I want to know crispy. I want to know if it was fresh.
So the flavor on the Scoville scale is...
Yes, on the Scoville scale.
Usually with Kentucky Fried Chicken, you think of their gimmick is... if they're going to have a bun, it's going to be made out of mashed potatoes or something. Right. Something strange to grab your attention.
And I don't think it's just like a regular old bun. I think our potato bun. I don't know. I guess I don't watch the commercials that closely. But I was just curious. But I did crunch some numbers. That sandwich is, I think, $3.99. Now, this doesn't account for tax. But if you won $10,000 and bought nothing but KFC's new crispy chicken sandwich, you could buy $2,506. Again, there's going to be some taxes, so that might be off by a bit. We'll just say about $2,500. What I'm getting at is you could blow $10,000 on anything you wanted, or you could be more responsible. Our cash cow is back in a week, actually, a lot less than a week now. It's this Monday, and I know it's not even April yet technically, but that's April 5th, Monday morning. We'll start with the codes and a chance to get 2,506 crispy chicken sandwiches from KFC.
Can you imagine if you told your friends that you won $10K and then what'd you do with it? I bought $2,500 sandwiches.
I'll do you one better. Can you imagine pulling up to the drive-thru and ordering that many sandwiches?
I do it. Give me $10K and I'll do it, Johnny.
Please pull forward, sir.
You and your trailer, please pull forward to load all these in.
We're going to need you to come back in 2 weeks. You can win $10,000. You probably can't buy that many chicken sandwiches. Not in one sitting or go around, but...
Hey, you can sure try. We're not going to say don't do it.
America's a free country for a reason. Darn it. If you want to go and buy 2,500 sandwiches from a fast food restaurant, that's your prerogative. Nobody can stop you except... maybe the employees.
It's in the Declaration of Independence, actually.
It's actually an amendment to the Constitution. I think it's like number 27 or something. It's a very important one. Anyways, all the info on Cash Cow. Our Cash Cow is returning on Monday. All the info is on the K92.3 app. I think I'd probably get caught up on bills and maybe even get ahead on a couple of bills. Utility bills have been on the rise since the frigid February we had. That might be a better place to put your money, but a crispy chicken sandwich would warm you up, so I guess it's sort of 50-50. All right, coming up in just a couple minutes, we'll do random facts. If you're an NFL fan, regardless of what team you root for or root against, etc., I've got some really exciting news for you. Your Super Bowl will be later next year, but there's a reason why. I'm going to tell you about it coming up.
I love you. There are some random facts.
Well, the NFL season's going to be longer in 2021, and for that matter, going forward. This has been an issue, or I guess something that people have wanted for a long, long time. And NFL owners just voted to increase the regular season. 16 games has been par for the course since, I think, the 70s. But now, at least till the year 2030, each season will contain 17 regular season games. So, what changes, what doesn't change? Well, first and foremost, the byes don't change. One bye week for each team. Next, what has to change? Well, obviously, with an uneven number of regular season games, one division will get more home games than the other. It'll start with the AFC having 9 this next season, and the NFC having 9 next season. Home games, that is. We were talking about this a little off the air. If you're a Vikings fan, Packers fan, Bears fan, even I guess, let me think here. Who else? Buccaneers are in the NFC, right?
Yeah.
This could be a weird year with seating arrangements because of COVID, right? So why not let it be next year that you have more home games? You got a better chance of getting more fans in the stands. Anyways, there's a lot of info here. I'm not going to bore you with it all, but you can check it out on the K92.3 app. It's not boring info, but it's not, not everybody's interested in football, so I don't want to run through it. But it's the very first story on our K92.3 app. You'll find out on the app, will the players get paid more? Will there be any changes to records? For example, with another game, some records are just going to fall, right? They have to.
See, I'm a purist, so this kind of upsets me record-wise. I'm a very stats-driven fan, so this is just going to... You're going to have a chance to shatter these records now with an extra game on the schedule.
But remember, prior to the 78 season, there were 14 games, so they added 2 at that time. By the way, the season will go longer. It will not start earlier. However, there will be 1 fewer preseason game, making the total 3 preseason games instead of 4. The Super Bowl in 2022 will actually be played February 13th. So, what is that? That's the day before Valentine's Day.
They moved it back a week. It was supposed to be the 6th of February. Yeah. So now this is... Carrie, you're going to have to replan your Super Bowl party for next year.
Oh, no. I'm really devastated. Also, are the snacks going to be affected? Because that's all I care about.
Yeah, you'll be able to buy more.
Yes.
Right now, Fritos and Doritos, they are celebrating. Chester Cheeto is running naked through the streets. He's just so excited.
Well, you better arrest him.
Yeah. As long as he gets out by the start of the football season, he'll be happy.
I know he's the streaker.
Yeah.
I know the Packers added the Chiefs for this extra game, which is
sorry.
Oh, really? Come on? The Chiefs?
Yeah, a lot of players are grumbling about this, and you can read why on the K92.3 app. It's just one more game for the Chicago Bears to figure out a way to blow it, right, Bears fans? Right? Yep, okay. We'll be back in a couple minutes on the show with some news and weather. Local news, of course. We got Luke Combs, too, coming up. Beer Never Broke My Heart on the way.
I'm Evan.
3. Next time. Let's toast from the Zach Brown Band.
You know how I said before, please don't sing on the air again?
Yeah.
I encourage it. I want you to sing. It gives me a good giggle.
Would you call that singing, or would you just call that
it's like scatting, I guess.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, Carrie, you need to stop singing. Hey. Johnny, you can sing. Carrie, stop.
Well, thank you. Can you guys roll your R's? Ra.
Yeah, Reba.
Can you do it, Carrie? No.
She's got a hairball in there.
Yeah.
I'm verklempt.
Ra. Can you do the thing where you turn your tongue kind of into a bowl where you make your tongue? Yeah, there we go. JP can do it. I can't do that. I can't tell.
Carrie's got it down, too.
Look
at it. I can make a little hot dog thing in my mouth.
It looks like a red hot dog bun. But where's the hot dog? You're making me hungry. Come on. It's Marks in the Morning. We're going to Charles City today. We're going to be broadcasting live there, part of our 10-town tour, sort of like an extension of our morning show. Jess asked if she could have the day off. I said, no, we're only going to be on a couple of, we'll be on a bunch, but you need to still be here. So we'll be joining her show, kind of. We'll be just jumping in. After 11 o'clock, we'll be at the Rustic Quarter in Charles City. We can't go to the brewery because it doesn't. It's not open. It doesn't open until Thursday. But I've been referring to it as St. Charles Brewing Company, and apparently they're changing their name. Do you have that, Carrie? What is the St. Charles Brewing Company, or I should say the brewers formerly known as, changing their name to?
Well, we're going to be posting this on the K92.3 website and app, so check that out there. But it's Tellurian. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's a very interesting name. It reminds me of something from Game of Thrones, which I'm kind of all for.
It does.
The Tellurians are coming.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that show, but it sounds like something from sort of like a medieval piece. You'll have to you'll have to check out the story, find out why St. Charles Brewing is no longer St. Charles Brewing. Same beers, same people, same location. It's not moving from from Charles City, but it will no longer be known as St. Charles Brewing.
Well, I'm wondering, isn't there a St. Charles, Missouri? I know there's a city, at least one in the U.S. called St. Charles, so maybe to avoid confusion.
Yeah, that could be. There's a St. Charles place, isn't there, in Monopoly? Isn't there?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It's the purplish color, if I remember.
Yeah, it's not one of the better properties in terms of like how much you get, but their beer is really good. I don't think they're changing because of Monopoly. Carrie will have that story, like she said. You can check out on the K92.3 app. Can't go there today anyways because it's Wednesday. They're not open.
That's the only reason I agreed to do this.
Yeah, I thought you were going to take us out for lunch and beers, Johnny.
Yeah.
I am physically taking you out. I'll drive us there, but the lunch, the beers, that's all going to be on you guys.
What?
Yeah.
What the heck is the point of working in radio if I don't get these perks?
Well, you do. You get all sorts of perks. You get, let's see, what do you get? You get...
Well, tomorrow we're getting free pizza because someone's quitting in the office.
So, JP, you should quit, and then we'll get more food.
Can you imagine what we'd get if JP quit? He's been around for like 20 years.
Isn't it sad that...
Let's get a buffet.
As much as we love Carol...
We do love Carol.
As soon as she announced that she was leaving, my first thought was, yes, going away party.
Is that what you thought?
It was. I knew we were going to get food.
All right. That was my second
I
thought.
know. It's bad.
So, my first thought was how much we're going to miss Carol. My second thought was, I wonder what the spread will be at her last day.
I know.
You guys are insensitive little jerks. That didn't even come to my mind. I was upset that
you haven't been here long enough.
Yes, but I'm honest. And the same thing would happen if I quit. You guys would throw a party for me, maybe.
No, we would have a funeral.
We would probably throw the party the day after you left.
Yeah,
so
probably. Yeah, I know.
Fewer mouths to feed. Well, Carrie Mack's predecessor, when she left, we had a big party. The problem was that was like right as COVID was really, really getting hot and heavy in November around the holidays. So we had to have it here, which I know she wasn't thrilled about.
But we all spread out, too. We were all 6 feet away from each other trying to have a party.
We even got permission to have alcohol, which normally we don't allow in the building. So it was a fun party. It was just, the timing. But yes, JP is correct. Don't worry, Carrie, tomorrow. Thy shall have thy food.
Okay. Why is there no party for me when I came here?
Well, there was a party.
We didn't know you yet. We had to figure out if we liked you.
I had a party. I knew that I wasn't going to have to do as much work.
Oh, jeez.
No, we're glad everybody's here, and we will miss Carol in all seriousness. And she's a big part of the reason we're going to St. Charles today. Charles City today.
See, now you're saying
Now I'm going to do it. That's probably why they're changing the name of the brewery. It's Marks in the Morning. Coming up, we got a lot of stuff. This will be a fun show today. Obviously, after 7 o'clock, we have Gender Bender. Our ladies have taken a 2-win lead over the guys. That's for free food for Mickey D's, which, by the way, you can use this in Charles City, not St. Charles, the crispy chicken sandwiches, but you can also win a year's worth thanks to the Soy for Family McDonald's. So that's coming up just off in the distance there, Gender Bender, about an hour away. Coming up next, though, it's Nashville News. Carrie Mack, do you want to give us a sneak peek?
Yeah, one of our favorite K-country stars is releasing some new music.
All right, we're going to find out who that is coming up. We'll also hear a new song from Tim McGraw, Undivided, is on the way. He might find it a little bit harder to play the guitar for a while. He shared a rather horrifying fishhook accident. And when I say shared, I mean there's a photo to go with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Carrie Mack is, she's over it, she told me today. So you can go check it out if you want. It's not the most graphic thing in the world, but certainly if you get queasy at the sight of blood, it's not going to be your thing.
If you don't like hooks in your hands, then don't watch it either. Jeez Louise.
And the thing with a fish hook, they have the barb, so it doesn't come out easily.
Ouch.
Yeah. It's designed so that what bites on it doesn't come off easily. Otherwise, fishing would be a nightmare. But you can check out that photo on the K92.3 app. But needless to say, he got lured into a precarious position.
That was fishy.
Thank you. That was good. I finally checked out Taylor Swift's new song yesterday with Maren Morris. Her new old song. It's called You All Over Me. I finally figured it out. It's dedicated to her cat hair. That's what it is, right? I can relate to that.
Oh, I love that.
You can check that song out as well on the K92.3 app, especially if you've been wanting a return to country music for Taylor Swift. It's sort of that. Everybody has a unique skill. Everybody has the ability to do something that is, again, I guess the word I just have to keep going back to is unique. For example, we talked about this yesterday, if you were listening to the promo for the show. I can make, like, war sound effects with my mouth. It's not COVID friendly because I'll spit everywhere, but I'll do it here best I can. You ready for the gun? Huh?
That's your unique sound?
That's all I can do.
That's a war. If that's a war, you lost it.
Is that how you impressed Hannah on your first date?
Oh, no, I saved that for the second date. First date, I whipped her in bowling. Second date, I broke out the war sounds. I was like, hey, baby, check this out. She said, what are you doing, sawing? No. What is that? Is that a drill, like a...
Keep guessing, yeah.
No.
That was actually his vows to her.
She thought I was chisel plowing. No, it's not a farming sound. Keep guessing. Think, war?
Again, I don't want to talk down about your skill, but you sound like a 4-year-old on the playground who's playing pretend war.
I'll accept it.
It's
like you're getting ready to play trombone or a musical instrument.
Exactly.
You're loosening up your lips.
You'd think I could parlay that into an instrument skill, but I can't. So, in other words, that is my unique skill that I'm ashamed of. And these two knuckleheads don't even think it's a skill.
You're not even ashamed of it. You're so proud of it.
I am very proud of it.
So now we hurt his feelings.
No, it's okay. I'm used to it. It's like second date all over again.
That's one of my skills, putting Johnny down.
You're really good at it. So what is one of your unique skills, a skill that you possess that's, when I say unique, maybe kind of embarrassing, or at least to people outside of your own circle?
Well, mine is not something I'm proud of, and I'm only able to achieve it because I have such sweaty palms.
Oh.
That's where you draw the line.
I put some coffee in my mouth, and then she said sweaty palms. And all of a sudden, my creamer didn't taste so hot.
Well, I can make fart noises with my hands.
Do it, or it's not. I won't believe it.
I can also do it to certain tunes. Does anyone have a song request?
So you can do different notes with it?
I can try.
All right, here it comes. Carrie Mack's going to do Luke Bryan's Down to One with her palms.
Wait.
Down to one. Yeah, I hear it. Wow.
The intern just walked in to see this. He's trying to figure out what is going on.
He walked in and walked out right away.
And that's how I got a date. No.
I could have used that on my third date. Thank you, Carrie. That's helpful. JP, do you have a useless skill that maybe even errs on the side of embarrassing?
I think my mouth noise will easily trump your machine gun sounds.
Oh,
I have two for you.
All right.
This is a frog. A frog in the spring lake in the pond.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
And this is a dripping water.
I hear it. Oh, yeah, there we go. It sounds like our bathroom here at the...
the faucet never turns
studio,
on.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We can make a band. We'll leave Johnny out of it. He can be like the tour guide.
I'll be your promoter.
Yeah, the promoter.
Yeah.
Come see the two freaks at the Fayette County Fair this summer. Huh? How was that? That's pretty good.
And then we'll say, look at the 4-year-old over there promoting us.
All right, so that was very impressive. So between the three of us, it's all sounds.
It's all sounds. My noise can go before your noise.
Well, I think the grand finale should be if JP can do all three of his, or two of his and yours, all three together at the same time.
I am kind of jealous of her flatulent sounds because when I was a kid, everyone could do it with their armpits, and I never could do that.
I could do the armpit, but I can't do the hand.
Can you do the armpit now?
No, not right now. First of all, I was a very sweaty kid, so it was easy. Second of all, no, we're going to be in public later today. I can't be just touching my armpit.
We're going to be in Charles City, and everyone's like, hey, Johnny, can you do your machine gun sound?
No, what they'll say is, can you never do that again? JP, can we hear the frogs?
Yes.
That's the winner. JP's is the winner.
That was pretty good. Can you do cicadas?
No.
Thank God.
No, that'd be way too loud.
Yeah. Those are the worst anyways. All right, well, there you go. Those are some of ours. What about you? Do you have a unique skill that, like I said, you're maybe more embarrassed about than you are proud of? Carrie Mack, is this posted on our Facebook page, this question?
It's up on Facebook right now. I'm really interested to see everyone's skills.
Yeah, I am too. If it is a visual or even an audio one, you can share it with us on our K92.3 app. Just tap the Be on the Radio button, follow the instructions. Or if it's a video, then there's a Submit Media button that's just right there on the side of the page. Let us know. I'd love to know what your unique skill is. Again, even if it's more embarrassing than it is anything else, why not? Can't wait for that this weekend, Easter weekend, by the way. High temperatures in the mid-70s, more like the upper 70s for the actual day of Easter. But it's going to be a nice weekend, starting with Friday. Highs back into around 60. Not the next couple days, though. Today and tomorrow, we're looking at upper 30s. What in the world's going on? It's supposed to be the start of April, but we're going to be a little below average to kick things off before we go above average early next week and this weekend. It's Marks in the Morning. Everybody knows Michael Strahan, right? He used to be an NFL player. I think he's on one of those morning TV shows. He has a big gap in his teeth. He and I have that in common. I can. By the way, we're just talking about skills we have. I didn't even think about this. I can whistle through that. I can go. Sounds like a pot boiling over. But anyway, he had a dental procedure, so now his gap has been filled in.
What?
He always said he was never going to fix that. I'm surprised.
He did say, or at least the report said it was temporary, but he does look a lot different. Now, to put in perspective how big his gap was, that cargo ship in the Suez Canal went right through it. No problem.
Oh, no.
So,
Johnny.
Good for him.
I love his
Thank you.
I love his little gap between his teeth. That really is like iconically Michael Strahan. You can identify him anywhere.
And yet you were trying to throw axes through mine. You were doing axe tossing. So
I mean, one is iconic, one is perfect for axe throwing.
One is just kind of there. I was a kid. My mom said I looked like Alfred E. Newman. My own mother said that.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was told I looked like Chippendale because I had such a bad like
an overbite?
Yeah, an overbite and gap teeth.
Oh, I thought you meant the Chippendale dancers.
I mean, that I was compared to later on in life.
Your parents were so mean. Hey, you could spend a whole day probably coming up with things you would buy with an extra $10,000. Or maybe ways you would use that money to better your family. For example, you probably haven't been on a vacation in a while, and maybe the kids are going stir crazy. Well, the end of school is in sight with Memorial Weekend and that whole situation just about 2 months away. What about a trip somewhere with the family, whether it's a road trip or you're comfortable hopping on a plane? $10K would cover it. And that could be a reality. Our cash cow is back Monday on Marks in the Morning, bright and early. Just about 8 o'clock, we'll give you your first code word, a first of many. All the rules on the K92.3 app. Maybe bills are more pressing. Maybe you'll save for a future vacation. Maybe you finish your taxes. Maybe you owe in this year. Ooh, no fun. Well, let our super stimulus check help you out. A $10,000 cash cow payment could be yours. We start up again, like I said, on Monday. You'll need that free K92.3 app in order to enter and win. All the codes that we give you will go right there on the app. Don't have it? Get it now from your app store. Don't wait, because the rules are right there on the home screen. And just tap the Cash Cow button. That button will stay and become the contest button on Monday. All right, we're going to, speaking of contests, we're 10 minutes away from Gender Bender. It's your first chance to win something with us this morning. Got those crispy chicken sandwiches from McDonald's with a chance to win a year's supply. Give us 10 minutes. We'll give you that, and we'll also give you news and weather next.
I'm Evan. Are you ready? It's time to play Gender Bender on Marks in the Morning. Hey, Johnny Marks, who are our contestants today?
On the horn and ready to roll on this Wednesday morning, we have Tanner from Hawkeye. Tanner, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm so glad to hear that. Your opponent is Janelle, calling from our South Cedar Rapids. How are you doing, Janelle?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Very good, thank you. You're both in line to play Gender Bender and win that sandwich, a couple of them from McDonald's, plus a chance to win a year's supply. So all you got to do now is best your opponent. We'll see whose knowledge on the opposite gender is stronger today. Carrie Mack will have your questions. Tanner, Janelle, you'll get yours from JP. And Tanner, you were our first caller, so you tell me who's going first, yourself or Janelle?
Janelle can go first.
All right, she'll get her 3 questions from JP. Remember, we have a tiebreaker if we need it. Good luck.
All right, Janelle, tell me the name of the country star who released the song Friends in Low Places.
Garth Brooks.
Yes, indeed.
He has friends in low places. That's a fun karaoke song. Can't wait till we can get out and sing that in front of people and they'll all leave.
I can't wait to watch you drink and try to sing that song.
Oh, I do it sober, my friend.
Oh, that's too bad. All right, Janelle.
It's too bad for everybody else.
Janelle, what's a fat bob? Is it a hamburger, a fishing lure, or a Harley Davidson?
A fat what?
A fat bob, B-O-B.
Give me my options again.
Hamburger, fishing lure, Harley Davidson.
I'm going to say the first one.
A hamburger? Nope, but I bet
guess.
Bob likes to eat hamburgers. It's Harley Davidson. It's the name of a Harley bike.
Fat Bob. Mm-hmm. We had a teacher in high school we called Fat Bob. We were mean. We found out his first name was Bob. He looks pregnant, all right?
Oh, no.
Sorry. Well, he did. He was a good teacher, but he just... All right, I'm done.
All right.
He's listening now on his Harley.
All right, back on track. Janelle, what do you call a forced bet in Texas Hold'em?
A forced bet? Double down? I don't know.
That'd be a blind.
There you go. Sorry.
Blind.
1 for 3.
All right. We'll see if that holds up. Tanner, good luck.
So, Tanner, what female country star released the song Cowboy Casanova?
Not.
Tanner, do you guess?
I'll do a guess. Carrie Underwood.
Yes.
Yep.
Holy crap.
So
That was a random guess.
Well,
you're not going to sing that one, Johnny?
no. Carrie Underwood, her voice range is very, very different.
I was waiting for you to belt that one out.
Yeah, that's just his nickname.
Off the air.
Okay, I don't know if you're a fan of softball, but what size of ball is used in women's fast-pitch softball? 11, 12, or 13 inches?
Go 11.
It's 12 inches.
Oh, darn it. I guess you had 1 out of 3. That sometimes makes it harder. All right, Tanner, you get this one right, you still win. If you don't, we'll go to that tiebreaker question.
So this is what Johnny does in his spare time. What tool do you use to fasten rhinestones and studs to clothing?
Rhinestone?
Rhinestones and studs to clothing.
Studs to clothing.
What tool do you use?
Tanner, we need a guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's okay. It was a bedazzler.
I thought it was called the Rhinestoner.
Rhinestoner?
You still did better than me.
In your
All right.
professional opinion.
In my professional opinion, that question stunk. All right, we've got a tiebreaker. I will ask you here. The answer will be between 1 and 100%. Whoever's closest wins. And Janelle, you'll get the first guess. According to a study from the dating site Plenty of Fish, what percentage of people want to know about their date's family history on a first date? What percentage of people going on a first date want to know about their date's family history? From 1 to 100, Janelle, what do you think?
45.
45%. Okay, Tanner, you get the same question and different guess. What do you think?
44.
By just a hair, you're right. The answer is 16. So Tanner's our winner by 1 percentage point, which, of course, is usually how things go when we get to our tiebreaker. 16% of guys and gals want to know about their date's family history. I have thought before, I wonder what her mom looks like. But other than that, no, not so much. But Tanner, Tanner, that was a good round. And Janelle, that was a great round. Thanks for calling. Call us back tomorrow, okay?
Thanks.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you soon, I hope. You are our winner today. Tanner, congratulations. Free Mickey D's for you, maybe for an entire year. We'll get you hooked up with that in just a second. Good one thing today for a lot of people's payday. It's the last day of the month. It is also the last day of the month. That makes it a big day. We're heading into April, and events are making a comeback. Lots of stuff going on, starting with April, but more specifically into the spring and summer months. We know Irish Fest will be here later this summer. Friday Lou's will start up very soon. Our friends at Anton's will be opening the beer garden.
Yes.
Priorities, people, priorities. We're very excited. But events really start for us today with the beginning of our 10-town tour. We'll be in Charles City. Coming up after the show today, we'll be there at 11. We'll be broadcasting live from the Rustic Corner for a couple hours, hanging out there over your lunch hour. And hopefully, if you're in that area, if you're in Charles City, maybe even Nashua, drive up and visit us. Say hi. And we, of course, picked today when the brewery's closed. What were we thinking, guys? We could have done this tomorrow. But no, we did it today.
I checked, and it says that they're open from 4 to 10, though.
Oh, well, that still does us no good. They're changing their name. Used to be called St. Charles Brewing. Makes sense if you're in Charles City, but now they're changing it. And Carrie's got a story on this she's posting. What is it changing to?
Well, it's now going to be the Tellurian. I've been trying to look up how to pronounce it, and they have it on their Facebook page, Tellurian Brewing Company. And they said it has to do with them wanting to... It was a weird representation and thing about brands, but... We'll have the full thing and all that information in the story that I'm writing up right now.
I would tell you I know exactly why they're changing their name, but that would be a lie. So transparent, birds would fly into it. So I'm excited to hear Carrie Mack's reasoning for that and finding out exactly why the name changed. So that's something to look forward to checking out. Well, maybe we'll get the 411 when we go there today. I mean, we're not going to the brewery, but I know. Well, we should have scheduled this thing for the evening, so we could have gone, gotten sloshed, and then done a live broadcast. That would have been worth checking out.
Exactly. I wonder if we can call them up and ask them if we can go in.
Can you deliver?
I'm looking forward to going to the Rustic Corner because I haven't been there before, and I know you have, and I love the items that they have in stores like that, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're really excited to be broadcasting live out there, so come visit us if you're in that area after 11 o'clock. This morning, our 10-town tour will roll on in the month of April, and we'll talk about that when we get there. Via Field, our sponsor for today. So thank you to Via Field in Charles City, and we appreciate it. We're going to play a game in just a little bit called the Snake Oil Game. We're Snake Oil Salesmen, where we draw a couple of random cards, and we have to come up with a pitch a la Shark Tank style, right on the fly. All three of us will do a round of that. You can decide who did it best. That's on the way. Are you guys into those murder shows, the serial killer documentaries, or just the like Dateline type shows and podcasts?
I love them, but I thought you were going to say, are you into murder? Because I'm not into murder.
No, I'd hope not.
I don't care for those shows. I think I would watch, but it's just I don't purposely search for them or watch them, I guess.
Okay.
I feel like it's different because you're a dad.
Yeah, if it was more like X-Files-ish, then I would.
Not real.
Yeah.
Supernatural, not real. There's a new show on Peacock, the Peacock streaming service, called John Wayne Gacy, The Devil in Disguise. Now, every Iowan knows who he is because he lived in Waterloo for a large number of time. He got arrested in Waterloo, and he ran, I think, some KFCs with his father-in-law. Yes, he was married at the time. But if you don't know the story of John Wayne Gacy, just terrible human being. He killed, I think, 30-some young men, mostly, some of them boys, under 18. But he got his... I don't want to say start, but he got his criminal behavior started in the city of Waterloo. And it's the Peacock special is really interesting. We're about halfway through. Each episode's about 45, 50 minutes long, and they detail different parts of his life. And they interview him, and now he's long dead. He was put to death in 1994, so that should tell you he's long dead. But the story that we were on was all about, it's episode 2. It chronicles what he did in Iowa, in Waterloo. And he ended up in Anamosa. He got the Anamosa Penitentiary, which has been in the news lately. He got them a mini golf course.
What do you mean he got them a mini golf course?
I don't want to spoil anything, but he's that kind of like finangler, and he was so convincing, such a good con artist in a way that that's how he used some of those skills, if you would, to lure people to his home. But it's just insane because the interviews with the guy, you could tell he's a psychopath. Like to actually hear a psychopath speak and not admit any guilt. I mean, he had no problem talking about all the murders. No guilt, no remorse, blamed the victims. It's crazy special. So if you're into those kinds of shows, check it out. If you're not, if you're JP, you'll hate it because it's not going to be your cup of tea. But if it is, it's worth checking out. It's very detailed. They talk to a lot of families of the victims, and this is 40 years later. A lot of these happened in the late 70s. So 40 plus years later. It's fascinating. So there, I'd give you my recommendation. I wrote up a little review on the K92.3 app if you want to check it out. No spoilers. I don't spoil anything. You know how the story ends.
Did he murder anyone in Waterloo at his time here in the city?
Not that ever came out.
Okay.
No, he got into trouble, but he was a member of the JCs and moved up the ranks and got into big trouble. I won't say why. Well, first of all, it's not really radio friendly. Second of all, I don't want to give away the whole show. A lot of people already know.
Okay.
But no. Not that we know. All right, we're going to go a much lighter note. Snake Oil is coming up. It's the game where we come up with a pitch. 92.3, good morning. And it's not only hump day and the last day of the month of March, but it's a birthday for a couple big celebrities. Ewan McGregor, he does not look it, but he's 50 today. Obi-Wan Kenobi is 50 years old today.
He's my only hope.
Al Gore, who invented the internet, if you ask him, he's 73. Cheers star and Danny DeVito's wife, unless they got divorced, Rhea Perlman. Did they get divorced?
They split up for a while, never got divorced, then they got back together.
Oh, good, because I just picture them together. I mean, they just seem like they'd be happy.
They've been married since 1982.
There you go. That's the year I was born. And beyond that, if you're a fan of AC/DC, the only original member of the hard rock band left is Angus Young, and he's not young. He's 66 today. Sorry, Angus.
He is 5 feet 2 inches tall.
Is he?
I'm just full of random information. Guy. He's tiny.
That's cool. That's kind of fun to know. You're taller, probably, if you're listening to this, than a big name rock star. And as he gets older, he's probably going to be down to 5'1" now.
I've shrunk 2 inches, and I'm only 42.
Whoa.
It's kids, man. It's the kids. I lose my hair, and I'm losing growth.
You heard it here first. IPA beers make your shrink. Look out, Cedar Valley. All right, we're going to play a game. It's called Snake Oil. It's very simple. We each draw 2 cards. They're random, just one word on each card. For example, I'll do it right now. By the way, we're on Facebook Live. If you're watching on Facebook Live, thank you so much. K923 Waterloo. These happen to be 2 cards we've already had. I think JP had asked off the air what a recent product was. Skull Plunger.
Oh,
so
sounds painful.
If we were to play the game, I would have to come up with a product on the fly called Skull Plunger. I'm going to shuffle these cards a little bit here while I'm explaining the game so we don't have a repeat. And that's how it goes. And then I'll try to find music to play along with it. We used to do this as a competition, but now we're going to all 3 play. It's just more fun. Who wants to go first?
I always go first.
I'll go first.
Yes.
Then, you big baby.
In this corner, pulling 2 cards, standing in at over Angus Young's height of 5'2", it's Carrie Mack. I'm stalling.
I got this one before.
Okay.
You're not really good at shuffling.
You didn't shuffle very well.
I didn't shuffle at all, really. I just kind of moved the cards around.
Okay, this one's interesting.
What'd you get?
Fur curse.
Fur? Like what animals have?
F-U-R? Curse?
Yes.
Fur curse. This could be a lot of fun. Carrie Mack, do you want something a little more upbeat, a little louder? What do you want? For music, that is.
Something upbeat and loud like me.
Okay. I don't think I'll be able to match that intensity. You'll have 30 seconds or less if you don't want to go your full 30 seconds. And let me know when you're ready, and I'll start your music.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
This is the hottest curse at every witch's convention, the fur curse. Are you bald like JP?
Hey.
Because if you are, that's a curse in of itself.
Oh.
But if you want to make sure that your enemies know that you're the furriest person of them all, hit them with a fur curse. It'll make them grow hair everywhere, which is not a good thing all the time.
Yeah.
And no matter what you do, you can't get a weed whacker to get rid of it. You can't get a razor to get rid of it. You need the antidote, but we won't sell that until next year because that's just how companies work.
Okay.
That was good. I think that was your best one yet.
Thank you. I'm usually really bad.
The weed whacker part had me thinking, yeah, a lot of guys need weed whackers for like chest hair and stuff. So that's kind of like a fur coat. It was varies and kind of a curse. That was very good, Carrie Mack. I will buy the antidote next year when it comes out. All right, JP, it's your turn. Yep. You're grabbing a couple of cards here at random. All right. This is an actual game, obviously. We didn't write up all these cards. So.
What? A forest parrot. So instead of a jungle bird, we have a forest parrot.
I love it. What kind of music do you want? I can't promise you.
Some
tropical.
Jungly, I guess. Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know, but there's vocals.
Yeah, we're not going to use that one.
That's Johnny singing in the background, actually.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, I'll start it up when you're ready, and then let me know.
All right, go for it.
Here we go.
Have you ever voyaged into the deep, dark oak forests of Hartman Reserve in Cedar Falls, Iowa?
Yeah.
Perhaps you have seen the jungle parrot. This once recluse flying aviator has now been seen inside every single home in the Cedar Valley. Why? Because people keep feeding it from the front doors.
No!
The jungle parrot will devour your head if you are not careful.
What?
So the only thing you can use to keep it away, not a fur curse, a feather curse.
Oh, feather curse. All right. Jungle parrot.
Jungle parrot.
The jungles of...
No, forest parrot.
Forest parrot. There you go. The forest of Hartman Reserve. Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Can somebody hand me the cards here?
No. Yes, I'll do it.
All righty. It's my turn now to pick two random cards. Whoops.
You know, I didn't really try to sell my forest parrot. I just kind of narrated what it is.
Yeah, you kind of told us what it was.
Yours was like a documentary special that you watch on the BBC.
Yeah.
I got locker candle.
Uh-oh.
Locker candle.
I'm going to go in that order. Locker candle. Or candle locker. I guess it doesn't really matter because it's going to end up being the same product anyways. Here we go with the candle locker. Does your locker stink? Because that jockstrap ain't getting any cleaner, is it?
Preach.
Come on, guys. We know we're not going to wash any clothes or anything like that for weeks. Mm-hmm. Instead, what you should get is the candle locker. Locker candle. Let me go in the other order. That makes more sense. Your sweaty jockstrap is no match for the locker candle. Now available in Ocean Breeze. Put it in your locker and get rid of that obnoxious odor. Okay. I wish I had more.
Ocean Breeze to clear up your jockstrap stench.
Hey, Carl, what's that? Ocean Breeze. That's what it is.
Do you put it on your jockstrap? Sure do, Fred.
You get an itch later, though.
I feel like I should probably tell you, putting a candle in your locker is a huge fire hazard and should not be done. But in the case of this game, it has been done.
Especially if you have clothing like a jockstrap in there.
I'd go up in flames.
Man, you think your jockstrap smells bad now? Wait till it's on fire.
Ooh. Oh, dear
I think
Lord.
that's athlete's foot kind of thing, isn't it? All right.
Athlete's some part of the body.
There you go. That's our game of snake oil. It's Marks in the Morning. Thanks for checking it out on the radio or on Facebook Live or on our podcast, which comes out after the show is done. We'll be back in a couple minutes with news and weather. Carrie Underwood's up next in the morning. One of her older favorites, for sure. A classic, if you would, from Ms. Underwood, or Miss Underwood. Mrs. Underwood? She's married, so Mrs. Underwood. That is Before He Cheats. It's Marks in the Morning on K92.3. Carrie's new gospel album, My Savior, is out in time for Easter. What is this, 8th album? It's an even number. It's either 8th or 6th. Carrie fans, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's her 8th studio album. And you can check it out now. Some great collaborations on there. She performed a couple of these songs live on the Today Show last week. We've got the video, the performances on our app. Get you in the mood. Get you ready for Easter Sunday this weekend. Cash Cow is coming back on Monday. If you're as excited about this as I am, and I don't know why I'm excited. I can't even win. I'm not allowed to win. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. But you have a chance to win cash up to $10,000. That's the grand prize. Got other cash prizes as well. If I gave you $10,000 right now, Carrie, if just $10K, a big old check fell right into your lap, and you had to splurge, you can't go and pay off something serious like a bill or anything. What would you buy? What would you go get?
Can I buy a vacation?
Of course, that counts. Yeah, you can.
Because I've always wanted to go to Europe, but I've never gotten the chance to. I've gone to China for my sister.
Sure, yeah.
But I want to do one of those like fun tours where you go all around Europe.
Which European country would you be most excited to visit first?
Whichever ones have the most wine.
That'd be France,
Italy.
Spain has wine. In fact, everybody pretty much, but maybe the United Kingdom has wine.
Actually, I would buy a vineyard in Europe. I would do that. That's what I would go for.
$10,000, not $10 million.
You could probably find a real cheap one out there with 2 grapes.
I'll buy you a bag of grapes for 10 grand. How's that sound?
Right on.
James Patrick's with the idea. You know what you can do with those 2 grapes? You can plant more. JP, same scenario. 10K, got to blow it. I mean, certainly you can spend some on your kids, but you can't put any of it in savings. What would you do?
Well, I would. There's something I want, definitely not a need. It wouldn't cost $10K.
Yeah.
I would want a new TV, just an upgrade. You know, my TV's decent right now, but I would want to spend a couple grand on a good. I'd still feel guilty spending that money because I should be saving it, but I would want to get a bigger, higher quality TV.
That's a very thoughtful gift because you do have 3 kids.
Yeah,
and it greatly benefit between video games and just watching.
Well, see, and
Netflix.
I'm not thinking of them for it, although that's nice. I would want it for sports. Imagine watching football on Sundays or baseball games late at night.
Hannah and I got a new TV last summer, July. It's been about a year. And it's 65 inches.
Ooh, mama.
Our previous TV was 50.
I'm getting all excited.
Hannah was like, I don't want it. And then when we got it, she was like, I'm sorry, is Hamilton streaming right now? You'd stop talking.
Mm-hmm.
So she loves it. What size is your television?
55.
Yeah, you would love, I'm sure, a bigger TV.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Good idea. And if I had 10K dropped into my lap, I would definitely upgrade our sound system at home. So ours are kind of along the same lines. Tech toys, I guess. What about you? Think about it. And be sure you don't think too hard or for too long and miss the codes. They start up on Monday with daily cash prizes and a chance to win up to $10,000 on K92.3. It's the Cash Cow back on Monday at 8 o'clock. Okay. JP, do you have a history lesson for us?
I do.
We normally do that at this time.
It's a sad one, though, for you. So I don't think we should play my normal, excited, up-tempo music.
I was just about to. What do you want instead?
I don't know, funeral music? Something dark?
I don't think we have anything quite that morbid.
Just something Halloweenish would be perfect for this.
Oh, I thought it was sad.
Well, it is, but this actor who died, I'm going to get to, he was in a Halloween-y type movie. I'll just get to it while Johnny's searching. It was on March 31st of 1993. Actor Brandon Lee died of a gunshot wound at the age of 28. This happened during the shooting of the movie The Crow. So this is before your time, Carrie, but I don't know.
Oh, geez.
In the scene, he was shot. His character walks into the apartment and discovers that his fiancée is being abused. The character named Funboy, if you've seen this, fires a .44 Magnum as he walks into the room. There had been a real bullet stuck in the barrel, and they didn't know it. The reason it was there in the first place, when they did a close-up of this gun earlier, they wanted to make it look realistic, and they thought they'd taken it out, and they didn't. So the primer, the gun fired and struck him in the gut and the abdomen.
Like from point blank, right?
Yeah, he was right there. And no one knew at the time until Brandon Lee went down and didn't get up, and then they noticed the blood starting to pool.
They still thought he was acting initially, right?
Yeah, so he had 6 hours of surgery to no avail. He's Bruce Lee's son. He was Bruce Lee's son, the martial artist.
Bruce Lee died tragically,
yeah,
too.
So they're saying this is part of the Lee family curse because it was very strange. But here's something I did not know.
Yeah.
So after he died, they were only a few days away from finishing filming the movie. So they had his stunt double replace him, and they just kind of superimposed Brandon Lee's face over his body.
Sure.
That stunt double was a guy named Chad Stahelski, who is the director of all the John Wick movies.
Really?
So that's what he went on to do afterwards. He was also Keanu Reeves' stunt double in the Matrix movies.
So this guy went from being a stunt double to a director. You don't see that every day. You don't even see them become actors every day.
But if you want to further the curse even more, since this guy replaced Brandon Lee's body in the movie, during the filming of one of the John Wick movies, I believe, one of the stunt doubles was killed in the filming of that movie as well. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
isn't that creepy? But Brandon Lee died on this day. And The Crow is still one of my favorite movies. That was on this day in 1993.
That scene was not in the film with the actual bullet killing him.
Yeah, they kept that one out, which probably is a good... I've always been interested to see what scene it was, but I'm glad they didn't include it.
No, it probably would have hit too close to home for his family. Yeah, gone too soon, no doubt about it. Brandon Lee was the son of the great Bruce Lee, who also died tragically making a movie. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes on a lighter note with Eric Church. Hell of a view. Also got Nashville News on the way. Give us a few minutes. What is your favorite cocktail to make? I'm not talking about beer. I'm not talking about wine. I'm talking about an actual cocktail made with spirits. For example, I've talked on the show about how I love an old-fashioned. A lot of people love the pina colada. We're heading into pina colada season. I would even fancy Jack and Coke, a cocktail. What is your go-to cocktail? Does anybody in this studio have one?
I'm not a fan of mixing with pop.
Yeah.
I just don't like that mix. I'm really starting to enjoy screwdrivers.
Oh, those are good.
Vodkas and orange juice,
vodka, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not a big vodka guy, but vodka cranberries always.
I was just going to say, I also use cranberry juice. Yeah. But it's got to be 100% juice, none of that cocktail crap.
No, the like 2% juice, 98% sugar.
Yeah, that's not juice.
How about you, Carrie Mack? Do you have a go-to cocktail?
I love me a Moscow Mule, and Johnny, you know it.
Yeah, that's right. I do that.
Because I can put them away.
I like to drink them as well, but what is in a Moscow Mule? I've never ever been quite sure what's in it.
It's vodka and ginger beer, isn't it?
Oh.
All I know is that the cup is pretty.
Oh, jeez.
No. The cup is really nice and it
Here, Carrie,
really
drink
good.
this poison, but the cup is pretty.
The copper cup keeps it nice and cold. All the better to kill you with. It's vodka and ginger beer. I think you can substitute ginger ale if you're on a budget or can't find ginger beer. The reason I'm bringing this up is there's a study that looked at every state's most Googled alcoholic drink since the start of the pandemic, from early March to, I guess, just a couple days ago, late March. And Iowa was the only state that picked this drink, which I've never in my life, I've heard of it, but I've never thought to drink it. I don't even know what's in it. Apparently, Iowans are obsessed during the pandemic with a fuzzy navel.
Oh, there's a fuzzy navel wine cooler, I know.
There is. My thought was maybe Iowans were just Googling like we've got fuzz in our belly button. I don't know. But a fuzzy navel. Does anybody want to take a shot at what is in a fuzzy navel? It's obviously an alcoholic drink.
I'm thinking peach. It's something peach.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe mango?
Yeah, peach or mango, but I don't know what else. I don't know what else would be in it.
According to, let me get this right, liquor.com, a fuzzy navel calls for peach schnapps. Okay. So you were right.
Right on.
Orange juice, freshly squeezed, preferably. And it's served in a highball glass. So it's a very simple, that's the only two ingredients in there. You can garnish with an orange slice.
Peach schnapps and orange juice. That's it.
Now, schnapps are generally lower in alcohol, so I could see how you could put a couple of these down, but sounds like gut rot to me.
Yeah, too much sugar.
A little too much sugar. Did you have it? I'm sorry, do you have a diet fuzzy navel? Can I have the diet?
Would a Jaeger bomb be considered a cocktail? Because I used to pound those when I was younger, but then I realized, all right, mixing an upper and a downer, probably not a great combination, so I stopped doing that.
Did you know in the U.S. it's illegal to sell a caffeinated alcoholic drink? You can mix one at a bar. There's no crime against, going down to, I don't know, any of your Harry's, and saying, hey, I want a Yag bomb, but you can't sell. Is that Red Bull in one of those, correct?
Yeah, Red Bull and Jaeger.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so you can't sell a Yag bomb in a store. That's why you don't see energy alcohol drinks. Or if you do, they don't actually have caffeine in them. I don't know why it's illegal, but probably because of what you said. It's an upper and a downer.
Yeah. Not a good combination.
Find out who wins tonight.
Yeah, your heart is not ready for that.
No. The most popular drink during the pandemic was the mimosa. Mm-hmm. The brunch drink.
What's in a mimosa? Now, this sounds like a very elegant type drink.
Simple, 2 ingredients.
Champagne and orange juice.
Yeah. Oh, these are also simple.
Yeah, they all seem to have orange juice. Usually it's a brut champagne to ease the sweetness because the orange juice is sweet. Pina coladas were number 2 on the list. White Russians showed up. No, I'm talking about the drink. I'm talking about your people coming to visit us. The mojito was number 4.
Yeah, those are good. I can always drink a mojito or something.
Mojitos are good. My wife makes a killer mojito. Margaritas made the list. And then wine cooler made the list with 3 states.
Yeah, baby.
That's not even well, I guess that is a cocktail, but it's an actual bottled drink.
I'm going to let you in on a secret here. You can make a wine cooler at home by adding your favorite wine and ginger ale together. You're done. That's all it really is.
Which states had wine coolers their favorite?
Kansas, Kentucky, and
Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
Right on. That makes so much sense.
Boring states.
I'm so proud.
Bellini made the list.
What's a Bellini?
Excuse me, what the Bellini?
I've never even heard of that.
I think it's a Shirley Temple with vodka. No, that can't be right. I don't know. If you want to look it up,
Google it. Oh, Bellini.
That would be it. Bellini.
It'd be fresh peach, white and Prosecco. Is that a wine?
Prosecco.
Yeah. See, I don't know anything.
Look
about
at us
wine.
alcoholics carrying on like it's Prosecco.
You're supposed to drink it in a flute.
Oh yeah. Prosecco is just Italian champagne, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
It's just it's a sparkling wine.
Well, yeah, but isn't it Italian?
I think sometimes it can be. I know champagne can only be grown in the Champagne region of France.
Right. Champagne is code for you paid too much for sparkling wine. That's really what it is.
Oh my gosh, you're such a stickler.
I'm a cheapskate. Oh, there you go. Bellini came in 2 states. Iowa was the only one that picked Fuzzy Navel. Old Fashioned, my drink of choice, came in number 1 in 2 states.
And what's an Old Fashioned again?
An Old Fashioned it's bourbon and usually some bitters thrown in there. And then we do it with simple syrup, but a lot of people just put a sugar cube and you mash it up, and then an orange rind.
So very caramelized.
Yeah.
They're very good. Did you try one, or who was it that... I know my wife loves them, so who did I make try one that didn't like it? I think it was Carrie.
I don't think you made me try it. I've had one before, and it just tasted like cough syrup. I'm sorry.
I thought
maybe you had too many, and you thought someone else was there, and it was actually you drinking all of them.
A little Buffalo Trace in there. I'll tell you what, next time we go, Carrie and I will sometimes get a beverage after the show. I'll order one, and you can take a sip. Because you need to try a good one. I wasn't there when you had your cough syrup one, so I can't attest to its quality. We've got, on the way here, we've got Weird News Rodeo. Do you have a news rodeo? JP's roundup of weird news stories. You say he corrals a new one for us. What do you got today?
An elite private school for boys in Australia has banned the mullet after deeming the hairdo, quote, unacceptable.
Yeah, I would say...
Good.
That's, I don't agree with that. What do you mean good? The mullet is, well, I guess this isn't in America, but the mullet is a symbol of our country. It's right up there with the bald eagle. If you could find a bald eagle with a mullet, it wouldn't be bald, but that would be the symbol of this country.
I feel like the 80s is coming back, and I don't like it.
But in Australia, they believe that they birthed the mullet. They think that's where it originated from. So it's kind of a bigger deal in Australia right now.
Why are they so upset about it?
Trinity College has outlined the ban in a recent newsletter, saying it's for the health and safety of their students.
It's disgusting.
The school said that the hairstyle is untidy, it's non-conventional, try that word again, and not acceptable at their school. And if they don't meet the school's grooming standards, the students will be picked up by their parents in order to get a haircut.
Wow, that's terrible.
Wow.
Chop it off. Wow. Chop it off.
The school states that the hairstyle should be cut above the collar and not allowed to grow below a student's eyes. So what is this? Like the Beatles are coming to America and they're trying to copy the haircut?
I thought in this... I mean, I know this isn't in the U.S., but I thought in general we were done with telling people how to do their hair. I really thought the fight today was about whether you could have your piercings on the floor of like a grocery store if you work there, or a tattoo, and not hairstyle. I thought we were past hairstyle. Maybe in Australia they're a little behind.
This mullet ban is not limited to just the mullet. It also includes rat tails. Remember those from the 80s?
Oh, my God.
Top knots. I don't know what a top knot is.
Oh, that's when you put a bun on your head. Yeah. That's
okay, we'll call it a man bun then. And also mohawks. You cannot have a mohawk.
So you don't have to worry about that.
The West Australian Premier says that he is, quote, pro-mullet, which I've never heard those two words used together. He is pro-mullet, but he's letting the school make its own decisions regarding hairstyles.
I guess if you're going to pay to have your young man, sent to a private school, you might as well also accept all the rules that come with it.
And by the way, they call it a college in Australia, but I looked up some information. It's for boys ages 4 to 12.
Oh.
Have you ever seen a 12-year-old with a mullet?
I've never seen a 12-year-old in college.
They call it a college, but it's like just like a boys' boarding school type place, I believe.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Can you see a 4-year-old with a mullet? I'd like to see that.
Cute. I could see a 4-year-old with a rat tail. I don't know about a mullet.
Well, think of it in Australia, where it's ungodly hot in the summer.
Oh, yeah.
A mullet would protect your neck from the sun. So I'm surprised that they're bashing the mullet.
I'm surprised that they're calling rat tails and not kangaroo tails.
Yeah.
All righty, we'll be back in just a couple minutes. It's Marks in the Morning when we go down under this hour, which that was a bad segue because nobody but radio people refer to the 30-minute mark as the bottom of the hour. Other only radio people. But that's where we're heading is to the bottom of the hour. We've got news and weather on the other side, and Jordan Davis coming up too. It's Marks in the Morning, K92.3.
I'm Kane Brown.
Live in Charles City here in just a little bit. We'll be leaving as soon as our show is done, heading to the Rustic Corner on Main Street, Chuck City. If you want to tune in, great. If you're already listening, great. If you want to come visit us, obviously, if you're in the area, please do. 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. K92.3 broadcasting live, like an extended Marks in the Morning. Kind of. I mean, our lovely faces will be there, so it'll be an extended Marks in the Morning / horror show.
And I plan on taking a nap on the ride up.
Oh, yeah, it's great. That's right.
I volunteered to drive back, but I'm going to nap on the way there.
I will drive us there, and JP's going to drive us back. So, Carrie, make sure your life insurance is paid off. Should be fun. Charles City's fun town. I love going to Charles City in the summertime. If you go down by the river, was it you, JP, where we talking about the rafting, the whitewater rafting?
It wasn't me, but I know that they have that up there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me when you were hiring me for this job, actually.
Yeah, I said, why are you here? You should be in Charles City. No, but it did come up. It is a nice town. Of course, we'll be up there just for a couple hours, but a good place to go to explore. What is it, Chick Days coming up? Chick Fest.
Chick Fest.
Chick Days.
Yeah.
Chick Fest.
No,
not
well,
those
I
chicks?
guess kind of.
It is kind. It's a little of both. It's not only chicks like chickens, but it's also like a ladies' weekend coming up here. That's why they brought JP and I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez,
how to attract the ladies? Bring up JP and Johnny.
That's right. That is how to send them elsewhere. Charles City is going to be void of all lady folk for
They'll
about 2
never
hours.
let us back in again.
We'll do our best to talk about that. Well, of course we'll talk about that, but we'll talk about a lot of stuff. So join us if you can. If you can't, at least join us here on K92.3. We'll be out there in a little bit. Hey, Carrie, give us a sneak peek. What's our last Nashville News Minute look like today?
Well, Luke Bryan is trying to take an active role in an American Idol, a former American Idol contestant's future career.
There you go. We'll find out what Luke Bryan is up to and this contestant next on Marks in the Morning. It's 9:36.